Yes, proceed.
The moment he came, we quickly went to the business and he told me, without wasting time, he told me that he was approaching me or had come to see me on behalf of the Court of Appeal President, someone he named Mr. Justice Daniel Musinga. I had never heard of the name. I was not familiar with the judge, so I listened to his request. He told me, first of all, he did an introduction. He then went on to introduce himself to give me context. He told me he was an architect by profession. He also stated that he is now in training in law. He further on mentioned whether I had not seen him or I did not know him. Again, I didn't.
The first time you were meeting?
The first time ever. And he asked me,
what's his profession?
He said he's an architect by profession. And he also said he was undertaking a law degree as well at the University of Nairobi.
How was his demeanor?
Oh, flashy. First of all, he was looking, I just didn't like the way he presented himself. Look, he's come to see me to ask me for a bribe because that was what he was. Very smart. He was dangling his Mercedes-Benz keys, put them on the table. He had a big watch. He was smartly dressed, not the way he's dressed. He had a tie and a blue suit. Yeah. So he looked okay. Yeah. And he now went on to explain to me who he was. One, he said he said he was in his 5th year as president of KUSO, I think Kenya University Student Union. He also said, he asked me, had you not seen my face during the Maandamano, not of last year, when after the elections, he told me he was on the side of Raila and there are people who are wearing some red berets. He removed his phone, he showed me pictures of himself. I did not know him. I did not know his profile at all, never met him. And I would not meet him because we're not in the same circles. Yeah. Yeah. So he also went on to tell me he had moved. This is fact. He had moved from the opposition to now the government. He had been given some money by, at this point I can't mention it, but he had said by some senior officials to move allegiance to UDA. I think he was trying to create how connected he was. And he had been paid 5 million. He also told me he's very connected. He even knows the DCI director. That one I told him everybody knows that number because I think when the DCI director was appointed, he even talked in public, in media, and gave his number, even when has a problem. So I told him, even me, niko na your number. So once he had set the scene, he then went on now to tell me why he had come to see me. First, he knew I had, by the way, I want to present this. These were notes I took on that day from a notebook.
Okay. As you were sitting?
When we were sitting with him. Okay. So I first took his name, I wrote it down. Okay. And then he told me, now your matter, what had happened, there was a delay. My lawyer had not been able to file the case on time. So what he came and told me, that the extension of time to file the appeal out of time by my lawyer, which had been sought in Court of Appeal, would be granted. That was the crux of the matter.
You now wish to mark the handwritten notes by the witness, MFI 5.
I have a copy of the same if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
5. Yes. Proceed. What happened after he had given you the details of your case?
Okay.
And how He will assist you.
Yeah, he said I would be given,
Yes.
if I cooperated in giving what he's going to ask me for,
Yes.
I would be given 14 days to file a memorandum of appeal. He then repeated. He repeated that the person who had sent him was Justice Musinga, the Court of Appeal President, who, upon receipt of the monies, would constitute a friendly 3-person bench to hear my case and ensure I got the outcome I desired.
Did he mention a specific figure?
Yes. You want me to say it now?
Yes.
He told me, so first he quoted it, and then I asked for the evidence of it. He quoted for me US dollars, 5,500 is what the Court of Appeal President was allegedly asking for. And then the service fee, which would be his fee for coming to get this money from me, would be US dollars 1,250. Sorry?
The service.
The service fee was 1,250 US dollars.
Now, did you question him over this?
What I would get out of this
So he.
phone, this was the demand.
Okay. So these are the print.
Because it was, I'd asked him, send me that ask, whoever you got it out.
Who had sent this message, according to you?
I know if he's a lawyer, he's a student. This can only come from someone with access to my file. Yes. But there's a demand if you'll allow it here, because they went on to ask. And B, 14 days to file memorandum of appeal. No full stop. Requirements. 1, cost.
Tell you where the message he received from. From who?
I did not. You see, he had meant to my file, at least the information with my name, the case, and the file number. The rest, I do not know his source.
You now wish to mark the printouts. MFI.
On that day, when I saved his message,
Yes.
sent me a message, hello. And then I called, this after we had spoken,
Yes.
but then
That is
to
after
find,
the
this is in
meeting.
the afternoon. No, this is in the same day. One shows voice call of 2 minutes, said same place, 6:45 p.m. today, voice call. This was in the evening. And then he wrote me a text saying, ETA 24 minutes. This was at 6:47 p.m. And he said, I'm here at 19 minutes after 7 in the evening. That was all
This
for
was
the
the
day.
only WhatsApp message.
On the first day,
Okay. You now wish to mark the printout. MFI 7. 7A.
so apologies. Leo nimekuwa na so many meetings. I have your updates if you prefer. It's still not late. We can talk. If not, we can engage asubuhi before written before the day unfolds. Thanks. At that point, I blocked his number.
Why did you block his number?
When he's telling me he has updates for me, I never sent him to gather information for me. So he's the one trying to induce me, and he's telling me he has updates. I never sent him. So, and he's someone I don't know, and I'd already formed I would say, a judgment about him and whoever had sent him. So I blocked the number, and we never spoke again until last year. I can find the date. I don't have it here with me, but I can check in my phone.
Your Honor, before you proceed, Your Honor, wish to mark the second WhatsApp.
Till he called me last year, I think I suppose after he had been arrested, and he called me on a different number, and I was going to church and asked me to forgive him. That's the only time we've talked, those 3 times. The first time when he sent me a message, and this particular day when he called me.
Okay. Now, what action did you take on the issue?
Now,
And you were not comfortable with the discussions we had. Why is it that we had communications the day after and the following day until the time that you claim that you blocked the number?
he cannot accompany me because he does not know from what angle, and because it's a live matter, he does not want to be involved. And because I was even afraid, like I said from the beginning, I took my former house help, we waited with her at the restaurant. Videos can be required or requested of the hub. I know the table and I was facing in this direction. I also took a driver and I told them to wait for me until that matter ended. That house help has since left, but if needed, she can be found. I have never met this man. I have never asked you of any help. And to ask me whether I was thrown out, that has nothing to do with this. I was not thrown out. Actually, as they said here in court, I have divorced my husband. But in mentioning, I told him, he bears a very good name, Your Honor. And I want to put this on record. My only son is called Anthony. He spells his without an H, I spell on the Anthony. I have such reverence for our saints. I have been to the tomb of St. Anthony. So I was completely and totally perturbed by somebody with a name of someone so great coming with such devious things. In fact, the reason he doesn't have what do you call it, a lawyer, he said he's studying law. I want it to go on record so that this madness can stop here. You should not be allowed to go and graduate. You, with a degree in law, you will take so many Kenyans down. My case there on that picture which I've taken, which is case 246, it means you've called 245 people asking for bribes, extorting them, maybe people with land cases, estate cases, whatever legal matters. You go and induce. Another thing that should be got out of here, he has to name who was helping him in the registry. How does he get matters so private about my case? Where did you get that matter from? I have never known you from Adam. I am willing to swear by my late father and my children who are living. I have never met you. I did not know you, never even heard of you, and thank God I did not until he came and tried to make me a corrupt person. I am shocked at the level of corruption in our country, but I can tell you, not for all the money in the world would I do anything corrupt. You, on the other hand, with your flashy keys, dropping them on the table, you know what? Even if you are to make 100 million, it will not make you a better person. If you have anything to say, speak the truth and let the judge have mercy on you. I have come here in 2027 on another matter where someone stole my things. And I asked the court, he was supposed to go for jail. I said, no, let him go free. I don't want on my conscience someone to be languishing in jail. You told me in that time you were 27. Last year you must have turned 28. Now you might be 28 or going 29. I don't know your birthday. I do not know you, Mr. Manyara. I do not know you, had never met you, and thank God this case is happening. I want you to
Can I ask?
Just a minute. I know it's all about emotions. I wanted you to speak so that you get
The coffee. And you're the one who...
so,
I'm the one who paid, right?
just a
You paid.
minute. Anthony.